Hey guys, Infidel1258 here. Today I'm going to answer another question from the audience, and this person's going to win an opportunity to get a free plot of land from me in 2023, so leave your comments below, maybe you will too. The question or comment is around how we need to be way more patient around the price appreciation in Splinterlands, and in fact how things have already been way out of hand and probably need to crash far, far lower before we can ever expect greater gains. It's a pretty cynical look at where we're at in the bear versus bull market cycle. But let's read the comment, and I want to share my thoughts on this. Explosions, who has been around for a minute with us, definitely dropping comments on the regular and very thoughtful stuff like this one. So thank you very much, Explosions. You're going to be given an opportunity to win a plot of land this year from me. Let's read it. He goes, there are many problems we can blame or improvements we can hope for, but I think everyone needs to step back and start comparing to reality. Sure, we all want our assets to appreciate and be worth lots of money, but why should they be? Paying less than a penny for an overabundant, not incredible common card is good for the future of the game. It should be not. This I want to reread that because this part we're going to need to focus on. Paying less than a penny for an overabundant, not incredible common card is good for the future of the game. It's good for the future of the game, he says. It should not be worth more than, and maybe should be worth even less. Why? Compared to reality. I can go to a local card shop and buy 4 of an average common Magic the Gathering card and use it in a deck for 4 cents. At most $1. In Splinterlands, you need 400 of the same quality card to make a full version for your deck. So a proper equivalency would be when those cards are worth 0.0001. If that, don't even get me started on the cost of high-end end cards to compare to reality. I mean, I have to stop there and say, you know, he's making a sound point. Whether I agree or you disagree is apart from the fact that this is a reasonable articulation of an argument. He's saying, look, Magic the Gathering is a fairly comparable game. In fact, it probably has a way bigger audience. Why are Magic the Gathering cards way cheaper than these non-fungible tokens in Splinterlands? And I think I have an answer for that. And maybe something's jumping to the front of your mind when you hear me say that question out loud. I would argue, regardless of whether there's a smaller audience or not within Splinterlands, you have to recognize that the cards within Splinterlands are never going to, one, wear out. There's not going to be any wear and tear on them. 2, they have that ability to earn you revenue in a totally secure and safe manner through renting, which you can never do that with Magic the Gathering cards. What are you going to do? Bore your deck to a friend and charge them a portion of the tournament profits? Yeah, you potentially could. That's not scalable, right? You need to know a trustworthy person that's not going to damage your cards, that's not going to steal your cards, that's going to actually honor that deal. None of those tricks or hurdles are available in Splinterlands, right? So in Splinterlands, we have benefits, right? Over something like Magic the Gathering. That's why some Magic the Gathering players have said this game is like Magic the Gathering 2.0, like the web version. And I think I want to push back on Explosions in that content, in that portion of his comment, but I think he's also not wrong. I mean, we need 400 copies of a common card, and they cost a penny each. Whereas he's saying like I could get like one good, decent common card that's maybe not incredible for Magic the Gathering for a penny or less than a penny. And so, you know, there's something there. Whether I disagree in summary is one thing, but there's something to his point. But what's he talking about here then? If he goes and like calling back to that sentence I read twice, he says, the fact that our assets are dropping in price is good for the future of the game. Let's go there. He goes, it isn't all doom and gloom though. This is what caught my attention here. I like where his head's at on this. I think the economy needs to totally crash before things get better. That's a bit concerning if that's true. Before normal people start playing for the game and not some rich, quick gimmick. The prices of assets need to be in line with real life counterparts. Now, I don't agree with that, but I see where you're going. So when that happens years from now, so he thinks we got years more bear market to come. cards and assets that exist now will be old school cards, and they'll be rare and make sense to be worth more money. Again, in comparison, cards like Yodin, Llama, etc. will be the power 9s, so might still be worth a few thousand or for a maxed out version. But as long as new legendaries require hundreds or thousands of dollars to max out, this game is going to continue to bleed players. If things crash and come down to reality, however, many players will find joy in the game and it will grow and flourish. Just my opinion. So I actually really like the summation of that thought. It boils down to, in my mind, things could get way worse from here, and that would be okay. That's the thesis that I'm seeing from Pewsplosions, and frankly, it's the position my heart is in when I look at a game like Splinterlands. I don't believe that things are going to bleed out and that it's going to be many years to come. How did he phrase it? I don't believe that the assets are, they should be far, far cheaper than something like a real world card like Magic the Gathering. I gave you a few reasons why these cards should have differing and maybe improved valuations over those sorts of cards, even if there's a greater number of players in something like Magic the Gathering. But beyond that, this general idea that the bear market could persist for a very long time and these assets could bleed out in a very significant way between here and there. Maybe. Like Pewsplosions, I wouldn't see that as a bad thing. And you have to say, what do you mean? Like, if we lost money, that would suck. If this game loses money, I'm going to lose more money than you. Like, hear me in that. And yet, I am not going to be shaken by lower prices. I'm going to see those as opportunities. The question is, 1, do you like the game? And 2, do you think it has a future? If you believe those two things to be true, it's fun and has a future, then frankly, lower prices are an opportunity, not a concern. And that's my view, and that's what I'm seeing from Pewsplosions. Now, I don't necessarily see eye to eye on how he understands the valuation of the assets, but I do love where his head's at on just the general optimism associated with even if the bear market persists, I know what I'm holding, and I actually like where we're going. And I'm going to see that as an opportunity, not a concern. And I just wanted to share that with you because I think it's the right type of attitude. This is the sort of attitude that survives a bear market. Whereas if you're buying now thinking, oh my goodness, if it goes any lower, I'm going to sell and freak out, I'm going to leave the game. That is the attitude that will lose. You will sell at a bottom. You will buy back later when the price is moon. You're going to get, you're going to get hosed going down and going up. But if you just know what you know and you believe in your position, your thoughtfulness, and your plan, you make your bed and you lie in it, you're going to be happy with where you get, because ultimately you're enjoying it now. He's enjoying it now, even if there are problems, because he sees where he's going. He's got confidence now, even in the depths of a bear market. Even in his own words, he expects that bear market to persist for many years to come, but yet he still has this long-term confidence of the future price appreciation, both of, I think he said the super old cards that are quote unquote power 9, that must be a Magic the Gathering reference, but then also the more modern ones that will appreciate also. I like this. I think it's really wise, and I hope you guys are listening. Pewsplosions, you will be included in the land giveaway for 2023. Thanks for the comment, dude. Thanks for supporting the channel. Have an amazing day, guys. God bless.